We are following breaking news tonight that impacts every resident in Houston. A boil water notice has been issued for the entire city after a purification plant lost power this morning. Good evening, I'm Marcelino Benito. That plant lost power at 10:30 this morning, causing the water pressure to drop below state standards. But the city didn't send out a boil water notice until just before 7 this evening. And we're now learning Houston ISD has closed all schools, offices, and facilities tomorrow because of that notice. Fort Bend ISD will remain open. We are reaching out to other districts to see if they will do the same. Here's a closer look at the impacted areas, basically the entire city of more than 2 million people and West University Place residents who live on Law Street. Now, that purification plant that lost power is located on Federal Road in the Galena Park area. We know many of you are wondering which zip codes are affected. We're working to get that information, but we do know the city says it impacts all city residents. So if you get a water bill from the city of Houston, this means you. As of right now, we know LaPorte and Friendswood are not impacted. We have live team coverage for you tonight. Maria Aguilera has what you need to do in response to this notice. But we begin with Zach Tawatari at that water plant with how we got to this point. Zach, what have you learned?
Marcelino, behind me is the East Water Purification Plant in East Houston. It's near Galena Park. As you mentioned, it lost power around 10:30 a.m. That water notice not issued until just before 7 p.m., hours later. And according to the city, the water pressure dropped below 20 psi, but they never fully lost pressure. And they say this notice is out of an abundance of caution. The city releasing a statement saying in part, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality has required the Houston main water system to notify all customers to boil their water prior to consumption, washing hands, face, brushing teeth, drinking, etc. TCEQ said in a statement, we're working closely with the city of Houston and stand ready to review the city's water sample results and offer any technical assistance that may be needed. It was about 9 hours between that power disruption and when the boil water notice was issued. KHOU spoke to the director of Houston Water, who explained the gap between when the disruption occurred and when the notice was issued.
What happened was we had a power disruption in the facility. And when we saw the pressure alarms, at first we thought it was a main break. Then we became notified that the disruption occurred and they had to restart the facility. And all actions were based at that time on trying to restart the plant and see what was happening in the system to make sure that everything stayed safe.
The city saying steps and processes had to be followed to ensure the numbers they were getting were accurate. So what's next? Well, the city says they have to submit a plan to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, TCEQ, and it could take 18 hours to process. The city saying the notice could be lifted early Tuesday morning, possibly. In East End, Zach Tawatari, KHOU 11 News. Marcelino?
Zach, thank you. Tonight, Governor Abbott tells us the state is ready to deploy necessary resources to support the city during this water situation. In a statement, he said, quote, "We have been in contact with Mayor Turner to offer the full support of the state, and we're currently working to fulfill the city's request for help with rapid turnaround of those water sample results." Now, there are several steps you need to take to make sure your family is safe during this boil water notice. Making sure you have enough bottled water is just one of them. This is video of people stocking up on water at a Kroger in the Heights. Our Maria Aguilera is live at a Kroger near the Galleria area with more on what you need to do. Maria?
Marcelino, again, if you're inside Houston city limits and on city water, you're impacted by this. And if you're like me and consumed water earlier today, the city's water department says they don't believe you're at any risk, but you should follow some steps just to be safe. Your best option is to boil water or come to a grocery store to buy bottled water. Now, tonight, people already stocking up on water. We have some video here of people grabbing gallons of water and bottled water from a store. They are following the right steps. So what should you do at home? You should boil all water used for food preparation, drinking, bathing, brushing teeth, or for pets. Allow water to boil for 3 minutes before consuming, and do not use water from any appliance connected to your water line, such as ice and water from a refrigerator. Not following these steps means there's a possibility the water could make you, your family, and your pets sick. Now, here are some steps to follow for hand washing, taking a shower, and brushing your teeth. In many situations, situations, you can use tap water and soap to wash your hands. Be sure to scrub your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds and rinse them well under running water. You should follow the guidance local public health officials. Now, when showering, be careful not to swallow any water and use caution when bathing babies and young children. To brush your teeth, use boiled or bottled water and do not use untreated tap water. Now, for parents of HISD students, the district announced tonight that classes will be canceled tomorrow and all facilities will be closed. They also said that they will provide any additional updates tomorrow. Now, again, out of an abundance of caution, make sure that you boil water or use bottled water. Marcelino.
Important information, Maria. Thank you so much. And just in, Klein ISD, Spring and A-Leaf will be open. The city of Bel Air has issued a boil water notice of their own. For more on the citywide boil water notice, just head to KHOU.com, or you can text the word water to 713-526-1111 to get updates right to your phone. We posted our entire interview with Yvonne Forrest, the director of Houston Water. You can see her responses to our repeated questions about why it took nearly 9 hours to alert the public about the boil water notice. It's all online for you right now.